Okay. Well, this is what we're gonna deal with. So, what's going on, everybody? Let me move this over there. Okay. What's going on, everybody? Um, let's have a conversation about a few things. So, a lot has been going on over the past month. Um, and I also want to let people know I this will be labeled a live stream, so you're going to be seeing chat when you watch this YouTube video, but I was too lazy to click record, so I'm streaming this. But to anyone that pops into a chat, I apologize. I'm not going to be reading chat conversations because I want to keep this strictly just out there and just get to the point. So a lot has been going on in the past few weeks, I would say, just with my life personally and a lot of other things that have been going on. So one thing that I do want to get into is the conversation about how I told people that I wasn't going to be doing Twitch anymore because I wanted to solely focus on YouTube, and I wanted to do content on YouTube only, and that's what I wanted to make my whole entire channel be about. But right now that will not be the case anymore. So when it comes to gaming videos, as of right now, I don't have a way to edit anymore. So I am unable to actually edit any videos, get stuff done. I haven't even been making any content recently for YouTube. So that's also another big part of why I haven't been making any gaming videos and why I haven't been uploading any content in that sort of way. But the one thing that I still want to keep going on my channel is the podcast, the Chronic Cave, because, that's live streamed. I didn't really do any edits for that. I mean, I did at one point, but after a while I kind of just solely focused on just doing live streams because I thought it was more fun to interact with the chat, with people. At some point, again, I probably will get back to doing it where I just record and everything, but as of right now, I'm just going to be doing live streams as I've normally been doing for the podcast. But yeah. So, as for the podcast, this is where things are going to take a turn. So, as I said at the beginning of this, a lot has been going on in my life these last few weeks. So for anybody that has watched the last podcast episode that we did, which was, I believe, episode 18 of the Chronic Cave, for some people, if you didn't know, me and Manda, or Manda Bro, as a lot of people would have known her as by her alias on Twitch and everything else, TikTok, whatever, were in a relationship. Here's where things get complicated. So, I guess I'll just flat out say it. Me and Manda have broken up. I don't want to get into the logistics of the reasons why behind that, because I don't need to put that out there for people to sit back and watch and expect me to sit here and make people sympathize toward everything that's been going on, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to have anybody pick sides. I'm over the whole picking a side and doing this and doing that, and someone saying this and someone said that. I'm 23 years old and I'm not getting any younger. I'm out of high school and that part of my life is just gone. I don't want that around anymore. But that is one thing I will say that makes the podcast a little bit more difficult, because Manda and me did not end on the greatest terms. Like I said, I don't want to get into specifics of how the relationship ended, nor do I want to elaborate more on that anyway. And it makes it complicated because Manda was a co-host on the Chronic Cave, as well as Beard King, or Jesse. both of them, I would like to say, have stepped down, step away. We have had some differences, and it's made things a lot complicated. To the point where we are not going to be associating with each other anymore. I really wish things did not go in that direction, but of course, I have no control over anybody's life. I can't tell people what to do, what they want to choose. So this is where things take a turn for the Chronic Cave. So for a lot of people, if you didn't know, the Chronic Cave was made consistent of it was a few co-hosts at the time, and it's jumbled back and forth because we've had people come and go. We had Tyler, or Johnston118 on Twitch, or TTTV_Johnston, I think it is now, Nate's cousin. We had Basic as Bananas, or my buddy from high school, Donovan, that was a part of the podcast. He was also a co-host at one point. Paints was I shouldn't say was, but is a member and a co-host, and it was Manda and Beard King, or Jesse. These people have stepped away, and this is, like I said, where things get complicated for the podcast. I don't want to stop the podcast. I really enjoy sitting here having conversations with people and talking with people, making people smile, making people laugh from the stupid content that I make every day. And I don't want to bring any drama and start any unnecessary actions or bullshit is really what I meant to say. Unnecessary bullshit to arise toward me trying to pursue content, whether that be on Twitch or on YouTube, whatever it may be. And personally, I don't want it to die. I love making the podcast with people. I love being able to sit and talk to the people that I enjoy being around, having conversations with them, whether that be for an hour and a half to 2 hours. It has been something that I've always been driven to do. I guess the reason why I can say that I've been driven so much to do a podcast, because this isn't the first podcast I've done on this YouTube channel, I should say. This YouTube channel has had multiple different aliases. I used to be known on this YouTube channel that you guys are watching all my content on right now as Skull Candyman 147 or Skull Candyman 14. That was my YouTube channel back in 2013, and that's when I started this YouTube channel. And it didn't grow as much as I wanted it to. But at the time, I had multiple times where I tried to start a podcast. I have one that I did on this channel that the videos are privated. It used to be called The Nameless Podcast, and I tried to get that going. It didn't really get off the ground. I couldn't really keep up with it, and I wasn't very thoughtful when it came to ideas and topics. And then I had one that I was a co-host for with a few of my buddies called LAPP, Lights and Plastic Podcast. That channel is still on YouTube. You can go watch that if you want, where we talk about movies and reviews and show reviews and stuff like that. And a lot of those did not get off the ground, and I really always had the desire to keep a podcast going and get something growing like that, and I never wanted to see something like that die. And I've always been very, I want to say intuitive, but I don't think that's the word I'm trying to look for right now. I've always been very interested in sitting in front of a microphone and entertaining people. I've always been infatuated by the idea of content creation when it comes to YouTube or anything beyond. Hence why I started this YouTube channel back in 2013 when I was in junior high in the 7th grade. And I've always been interested in trying to do something like that, and I never wanted it to stop. And that's why I'm saying that I'm not going to stop this podcast. Despite everything that has happened, despite all the downfalls, all the drama, all the bullshit, I am not going to stop the podcast. I'm going to, sadly, like I said in my Discord, for a lot of people that are watching on YouTube, you may not be a part of my Discord, which is okay, and I'm not expecting everybody to be a part of it. But I need to take a break for a little bit from doing anything like this. If you want to watch me do anything, you can go watch me on Twitch. I changed my name, so I'm no longer TCC Gaming. You can go check me out at Chronix TCC. That's Chronix with a X at the end and a K as the first letter instead of a C. But yeah, so I would love to see this keep going. I don't want anything to be withholding me from continuing making content creation or anything along the lines of YouTube and Twitch. YouTube has always been a home to me, and it's always been the place that I've had a fallback to, even when another community has not really worked out as well. But this is where I started my home and where I started doing content, and my heart has always been out for content, and I've never wanted to give it up. So here's to me saying that the Chronic Cave will go on, but give me some time. In due time, I will rehash the podcast, looking to fill spots, get people that are willing to assist and help and be a part of episodes. But as of right now, I need some time. And, I know when you don't do something on a channel or whatever for a good amount of time, it is going to cause people to stop watching. And just know that I will still be here. I'm not leaving. And I will always still be making content for this channel and any channel that I may have. I want you to know that. But other than that, you guys, is the only thing I wanted to say. I thank anybody that watched this video, and I appreciate your guys' continual support. Other than that, I will talk to you guys very soon.